everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have for you my eyeshadow palette collection video. I have four different piles of eyeshadow palettes to go through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show them to you real quick, and then I'll pop in a picture of how it looks on the inside. I don't want to show it right here on my camera because I think I don't have the lighting figured out yet. So I think it might wash out some of the palettes. So let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my most worn eyeshadow palette. Okay, so the first two palettes that I have here are from e.l.f. This one is the Prism eyeshadow palette and the Matte for Matte. This is the first one. I really enjoy using the Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette to complement a lot of my shimmery eyeshadow palettes. I have a few eyeshadow palettes that have only shimmery eyeshadows because they're my favorite. And the Prism eyeshadow palette, I think I've only used it like a handful of times. I'm still not sure if I like the formula on this one. Another palette that I've used a few times is this one from Estee Lauder. This was a gift with purchase. From BH Cosmetics, I have the Carly Bible palette and the Supernova eyeshadow palette. This one was a gift from my sister, and I love this eyeshadow palette. This is one of those palettes that are exclusively shimmer shadow. My one and only Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. This is the eyeshadow box. And I'm not sure if this one's going to make it to the end of the year because like I've mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of Urban Decay's eyeshadow formula. I also have a Soul Bare Minerals palette. This is the Work Weekend Wow palette. And it's a small palette as well. The Anastasia Modern Renaissance is also one of the palettes that I've worn the most. From Tarte, I own the Swamp Queen palette and the Tarte Tartelette Teased. And here's a staple, the chocolate bar from Too Faced. And last but not least on this category, I have two Morphe palettes. I have the Morphe x Kathleen Lights collab and the Morphe 35 OS, which is all shimmers. And on my hand, I have a swatch of the green eyeshadow on the Kathleen Lights palette. I couldn't resist to swatch that eyeshadow. I love it. And on this hand, I had some swatches from the Morphe 35 OS. I'm telling you, when I see those palettes, I can't resist. I have to play with them. So that's where the swatches come from. Okay, so slowly creeping into the embarrassing side of this collection, I have some palettes that I've only worn a couple of times. And they include the Lorac Pro 3. The Master palette by Mario, which is a collab with Anastasia Beverly Hills. Also, I have the Tarte Energy Noir palette. I really love the packaging on this one. And last but not least on this category of palettes that I've only worn twice since I've owned them is, let me get it out of the box, it's the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Okay, the third category now for my palettes is the palettes that I've only worn once. I have the Lorac Unzip palette. The Pure Soiree Diaries, which I got this palette on the BoxyCharm. And I have this holiday palette, Christmas in New York from Too Faced. I recently used this for the first time this past weekend. This is the Merry Macaroons palette. And check out that packaging. It's so cute. It kind of looks like a gift box. I don't think I'm ever throwing away this packaging. And last on this category of palettes that I've only worn once, I have my one and only magnetic palette, which contains a lot of singles that I've gotten from Ipsy. I've personally never purchased single eyeshadows, only from ColourPop, the Super Shock shadows, but I don't think they count. And this is what my C palette looks like. It's from Tarte. It was $10 at Ulta. I think it's so cute, and it has a giant mirror. Okay, so we've arrived to the shameful category. I hate to admit it, but I do have a stash of a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I've never worn. And let me tell you, none of these palettes are recent purchases. The most recent purchase was back in October. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that I'm a creature of habit. I usually stick to palettes that I've worn before. This is exactly why I'm on a no makeup buy. Palettes are my weakness. I personally love collecting eyeshadow palettes, but I'm aware that I have more than enough eyeshadows than I'll ever need. So I think it's safe to say that I need to start considering destashing some of them. I hope to rotate through all of my palettes this year, one way or another. And maybe by the end of the year, if not somewhere in July, have a decision and maybe get a few out of my collection and just pass them along. And I think that if anything, if I'm going to pass along some of these palettes, it might probably be some of the new ones. I mean, I don't see a purpose of breaking into them. If I haven't used them by now, it's probably because I'm never going to use them. So I don't know. I guess I just need to be in the mood of a destash because earlier this year, I destashed 3 high-end palettes. So I don't know, I'm a hoarder. I don't feel like I'm ready to let go of more, but yeah, I mean, this is kind of embarrassing. So I'm just gonna quickly go through all the palettes that I've never worn. I have this Blink BoxyCharm Collab Electric Ice palette. I got in the BoxyCharm a few months ago. Never used it. I have this Makeup Revolution London Selfie eyeshadow palette. This was a gift with purchase. I have the Bronze Goddess eyeshadow palette from Estee Lauder. This one's still in its box. I found it at Marshall's for $20, and I obviously can't resist the good sale, so I had to pick it up. I love the packaging on this one. It's very sophisticated. More untried palettes include this one from Tarte, which is the Young, Wild, and Free Double Duty Beauty Amazonian Clay Palette. This is one of the palettes that I purchased when I first started collecting makeup, and I think the reason why I purchased this one was for the packaging. I think it's really cute with all the confetti, and it says to throw kindness around like confetti. Another of those palettes with the cute message. This is the Classic Courage Double Duty Beauty Eye and Cheek Palette. I have the original Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and I haven't even opened this. I haven't even swatched this. I don't even know if I'm going to like it. It's still sealed. I haven't even broken the seal. I bought it because of the hype, and then I put it away because I have other high-end eyeshadow palettes that I use more. I'm not proud of this either, but, you know, it is what it is. This is a very bulky Tarte holiday palette. In the picture, you'll see the inside. I can't open this, but I bought it because it was on clearance, and I have yet to try it out. I have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2, and I've got this in the boxy charm. This is the only pressed powder shadow palette from ColourPop that I own, and I won this in a giveaway. This is the She Shadow Palette. This is the only Lorac Mega Pro palette that I have. This is the fourth one, and I purchased this on my birthday back in October. I have yet to even swatch it. I just got it out of the box right now before filming this video. Telling you this is embarrassing. Another palette that I really wanted for my birthday and that I treated myself to, I don't even know why, considering all the eyeshadow that I already own, is the Jaclyn Hill palette. And this is the updated packaging version with the names and everything. I never gotten it out of the box. It's still in its bubble wrap, you see? Oh my goodness. So let's open this together. See, the day when I picked this up from the postal office is the day that my husband took me on a road trip to Oklahoma City for my birthday. So I just picked up the package at the postal office, left it in the trunk of the car. You know, we were out exploring Oklahoma City. We came back home, and I remember getting that box and, you know, putting it in my room. I pulled out the palette. I placed it along with all the other eyeshadow palettes in my collection, and that was the end of it. I've never gotten it out, so I don't even know what the inside looks like. I just know I have the updated packaging because I bought it in October. Like I said, at the end of October. My birthday is October 26th. And yeah, let's see what this eyeshadow palette is about. Oh, there it is. See, I still have the plastic, and this is beautiful. But this eyeshadow palette, this four right here, this is all the color I'm ever gonna need in my life. They look so pigmented. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh, okay. That teal shadow. Let's see. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now how this palette looks like, but that's crazy. That pool party shadow is gonna be one of my favorites this summer. I know that. So yeah, here you go. This turned into an unboxing. The Jaclyn Hill palette that I've never used. And the last eyeshadow palette that I own. I hate to admit it, but I don't think that I have the courage to even use this eyeshadow palette. I purchased it more for a collector's purpose. Fun fact about me, I am obsessed with the Beauty and the Beast. So when I saw this eyeshadow palette, I bought it immediately. I bought it on the first day when it went on sale. Look at that. Look at that. Tale as old as time. It's like a diary kind of thing. It's like a book. And this is how the inside looks like. It's so, so, so pretty. This is my precious. I'm ridiculous, I know. But I like this one. I don't think I'll ever use it. I don't think I've even swatched it. I just wanted to have it. And I do have the blush palette that came with the collection. I think I can get myself to use the small face palette with the blushes, but I'm not sure I can get myself to use this. I mean, because the packaging. This one's just so pretty. I think I'm going to take a picture with this and use it for my thumbnail. Alright guys, so if I count it correctly, I have a total of 33 eyeshadow palettes. That's crazy. I have more than I'll ever need, that's for sure. I'll be considering doing a dish stash maybe by the end of the year. I'm not sure yet though. Like I said, I'm a hoarder and I love my palettes. They're my favorite makeup item. But we'll see. We'll see. I really don't need all of this. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not doing a Panda palette this year, because I know that I have so much eyeshadow and focusing on just one is it's crazy. That would mean I would be ignoring everything else. I mean, just right now I have a quad in my makeup use up 18 for 2018, and it's kind of hard, because I'm focusing on using that quad, so I kind of forget that I have this. And not to mention, I also have some singles. My single eyeshadow collection is not as big as this, but I do have a few singles. So if you want to see that next, let me know in the comments below. So yeah, after embarrassing myself with a few of this palette, which I had not tried, and unboxing one for the first time after a few months, this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!